Thank you. Welcome. Please come and sit. Maybe on that folded blanket for this practice, if you'd like to give yourself a little softness there. That idea of the practice bringing peace and equanimity, giving some space for stillness and quietness. So supporting your spine with a comfortable seat, doesn't have to look any certain way. Be aware of your joints, your hips, your knees, your ankles, all of the bones in your feet, and just make sure everything is relatively comfortable here. Just take a little inventory, check in with your body. Where do you feel any discomfort? That's just part of what your body has in it right now. Trying to meet that with compassion and awareness. There's probably a whole lot of terrain where you don't really feel anything, and let's just be grateful for that. Stuff that just is functioning fine and not speaking to us. Gratitude for all the things that are happening, our heartbeats, our breathing, our ability to love, to feel, to breathe, whatever's in there gratitude wise, right here in the present, in this body, this moment. Soft eyes. Resting mind on breath. Stillness. With yoga, our senses can help us be present. Maybe I'll get back to the idea. Bring your hands together, feel their temperature, their texture, their energy. Bring that energy into the center of your chest, right into the sternum with a little bit of a lift to settle the shoulder blades. Humming the exhale 3 times, or the Om if you prefer. Breathing in deeply. When that is complete, rubbing your hands together, gently listening, and then cupping your eye sockets, softening brain, face, eyes, inward senses. Sit up a little tall, pressing down into the ground. Start to create tone in your low belly. One more time, inhale, expand your ribs. Exhale, down and centered energy. Feel that strength in your low belly. Groundedness down low. Release your hands from your eyes down there. And then come back into heart lifting pose, bringing the hands behind you with your fingers forward. An outward spin of the hands and shoulders. Make space, causing no harm. Bring your feet to the earth comfortably, knees bent. Lift your chest, gaze down your nose. Begin to activate your body into the postures. This variation of Parivartanasana opens the chest. Let your throat open a bit too. You don't have to go back far. Lift your chin towards the upper jaw. And exhale, relax your head first. Stretch out your legs, pointing toes. Tilt your pelvis, come forward to your own degree. Knees might bend to allow the tilt in the pelvis. Please make all the choices compassionate ones towards your body and find a way to express each of these ideas. One more time, breathing out. Back body stretch. Let's add the soles of the feet to the back body. So coming up, draw back your toes, maybe even lifting the heels off the ground a little bit. Tilt your pelvis forward into the forward fold again. And we're just getting started, so your body might have a lot of resistance in it, and that's okay. Be right with that, right in that place where it's positive and you're not holding back from finding a little space in that resistance. One more time. Also a calm energy, head down, exhale. Slowly rise up, breathing in, and relax your feet. I'm going to move back on my mat and bring both knees over towards the left side of the mat into a Bharavajasana's twist. So this is an open belly, off balance kind of twist. Just stack your legs comfortably. Sit up tall. Use your arms to help you come around into a rotation to gaze back. Very light on the fingers. You can use your fists instead. Not forcing this. So the pelvis is turning. It's different from a lot of the twists we do usually. Open belly twist. Release. Find the other side. Sitting on that outside of the right hip. Tall. Side yourself up and around. Include a nice turn back of your head and your eyes for one. Inhale for 4. Nose breathing, gentle sound. Ujjayi pranayama. Victorious breathing. Release back to center, please. Coming to your hands and knees with the blanket under the knees if needed. Looking down, so your neck is long. Hands, knees, feet. Take a moment with your foundation. Draw the belly gently up in the low belly. Find that tone. Look back towards your right pinky toe. So my hips did a swing out to the left as I started that. So finding that long left side and short right side. 1, 2. Lengthening out the lower back. 1 more time. Tone in the belly for that transition out of the shape and slowness. Over to the other side. Shortening the left side, hip and shoulder towards each other, gaze back. 1. One of the meditations for practice is balancing your effort with ease. When you come into the pose, see what refinements might need to go in either direction. Then a slow return to center and right into cow spine, a little extension, tone belly. Cat spine, curl under your tail, let your spine flex all the way, chin down. Start with the tail, a little bit of a lift, tone belly. You should feel strength in your back bends with the belly toning, and then press hands, curl it back. Free expression of that idea. The pelvis tilts forward and tilts back once more. Release to child's pose. Knees can widen or stay where they are. Sit slowly back, stretching around the knees. Rest your arms for a moment. Bring your head down. Once more. Coming out to dolphin pose to the belly. Triangle with hands and elbows. I find the flat hands less impact on the joints of the hands than the woven fingers, but you may choose. Tuck your toes, lift your knees, pressing into the forearms. Step your feet back a step. Keep your hips up and your head down between your elbows. Shoulders up, belly up. Pelvic floor also drawing up and into the body here. Sometimes being upside down can help you feel that work. Step your right foot back and your left. Lower slowly as you lift your head and bring yourself to the floor, zipping up your legs and big toes. Breathing in, breathe out, bring the tone into the low belly, and then come up to your Sphinx pose if you haven't already moved your elbows forward from there. Focusing on having a strong belly and pelvic floor in the back bend. Uddiyana means upward flying. It's a navel towards the spine. Tone across those front hip points. The exhale naturally tones that area. One more time. Really focus internally, finding that stability in the front body. And release, coming down. Letting your legs widen, feet rounding. Arms overhead and wider than the shoulders. Nice long neck. Breathe in. Breathe out, rounding the front body. Lifting your arms off the ground. 2, 3, 4, 5. Release down. Opposite reaching. Right arm and left leg lengthen away from each other. 1. So thinking about the bandhas, the pelvic floor and low belly for these. Concentrate on those aspects. Try the other side. Lift. 1. Reaching away from each other, not high. One more time, not causing irritation, but bringing strength. Hand and leg down, release. Bring your hands under your shoulders, elbows hugging in, hands spin out as you peel up off the belly to the knees. Spreading hands on the way, downward facing dog pose. Give yourself a little time to space your hands and feet, open them, to push into the floor with your hands, to bring your tail long. Think of the dog, maybe do the tail wag here, that side to side in the hips. Since I don't think we can actually wag our tailbones, but we can get into the spirit of it. Then bring your head down, keep your spine really long, the play bow. Open hands, uplifted belly, legs firm. 4. This is a strong pose. It's a kind of plank. Breathe out one more time. Has a long list of benefits as well. Step your right foot forward, then your left. Your right hand back, then your left, coming to your feet to stand from a squat. Slowly bring up your arms, breathe in, touch. Breathe out, bring your arms down, settle your shoulders, and touch to ground. Arrive standing in your mountain. 2, meditate upon your posture, easy energy, tone and low belly, so that you learn to walk through life with that kind of awareness Breathing out. Find a gaze like you would for dancer pose out ahead of you on the floor and walk towards the front of your mat with that forward off the mat gaze. Try not to look down unless you have to. Step into mountain in front of the mat, and then you can look out, see how you did. If you're even out a little bit. Okay. Sun is strong, grateful as it starts to pull back from us a bit, but still feels really strong. Breathing in, reach up your arms, lift your ribs and the plane of your face. When the exhale comes, flip your hands, tilt your pelvis, and come to forward fold. Take your time with these. Halfway lift, so we don't go a whole lot of distance, but just change the spine to long spine. Belly tones, right leg steps back, left leg back, Palakasana, breathe out. One. Efficiency is something we practice in the Sun Salutations. Use your resources here, wide belt around the waist, thighs firming, hands pressing, whole body strong. Exhale, knees down, release the toes. So the knees where they are, arms straight, bring your pelvis forward, lift your ribs, stop at any time, upward dog from the knees. Downward facing dog or puppy if you want to stay on the knees and reach back from there. So demonstrating that for the first few breaths if you'd like. It is an active child's pose. Coming up for the last breath so that you're on your feet. Breathe out. Breathe in, step forward to half lift pose. Breathe out, fold towards your legs. Breathe in, stand up. Breathe out, release your arms to mountain. The breaths are very slow. There are pauses. Sometimes extra breaths are necessary. Again, twice more. Surya Namaskara. Sun honoring. Exhale into the fold, the knees as needed. The hands land, the head comes down. Ardha Uttanasana. So we extend out the belly tones. Before you breathe out, bring your hands down and then exhale, step back plank. Upward dog from the knees or the tops of the feet. Open the front body with a downward gaze. Downward dog, back body, 5. 1. It's important to get a nice position in your shoulders. They're wrapping towards the pinky side, edge of the hands, towards the front of the body, so your neck can feel free. One more time. Belly uplifts as you come forward and breathe in. Exhale, fold. And don't worry about where your hands end up. Just let them end up where they reach. Inhale, stand. We all have our own proportions and designs of our bodies. Right into one more touch. Breathe in, touch at the top. Lift your face. Breathe out, arms as you like to come down, and just let them touch where they reach comfortably. For this third position, the hands can come up. Bring the hands down, step the legs back, breathe out one time, Palakasana or dip. Upward dog, straight arms, belly stretch. Exhale. 1. If you'd like to rock slowly side to side, rocking can be grounding and calming. Find center, lengthen your head to your tail, breathe out. Bend your knees, you can come forward with steps or try a little hop if you'd like into the half lift. Fold into the exhale. Rise, reach, exhale again. Even standing pose. Pause 3 or 5 breaths. Bring in that energy. Exhale, Uddiyana Bandha. From that grounded center, dancing the warriors. Left leg back first, warrior A. Space out your feet, facing forward with your ribs. Bend your knee over your ankles. You really got to feel into the feet to find the foundation. Build it from the ground up. Don't force your pelvis forward. It's more rib cage. And then bring your hands together. Lift your face. Lift your back ribs. Shoulders are down. 1. Gathering energy. 1 more. Bow forward into humble warrior. Come behind your back, catch your elbows or interlace your fingers. Mindful of the shoulders with your choice there. Dynamic, open feet. Once more. Inhale, come up. Let your front legs straighten. Interlace and draw down your back to open the chest a bit. Not overdoing. Keep a tiny forward roll in your shoulders. And exhale. Bend your elbows, release your arms, warrior B. Turn to the side, turn out your back leg from the hip, bend your knee, and finish with a forward gaze. Keeping your low belly drawn underneath you. Sending your energy where you want it to go. The extended side angle, slowly reaching out, spinning that pinky side of the hand down, gaze out at the hand. Once more. Come up, keep your foundation, reverse warrior, lean back, gaze down. Elbows can bend to bring the hands behind the back as an option. Check your front knee. You should be able to see your big toe. One more time, breathing out. Challenge that lowness a little bit there, then press the feet to straighten the legs, release the arms. Turn to wide parallel feet. Adjust if needed. Exhale, tilt your pelvis and come into the wide fold. D variation, reaching towards ankles or big toes. Belly and shoulders up, head reaches down, knees can bend. 1. The legs are firm. Go strong and stretch. Exhale once more. Knees may bend to come up. Listen to your body. Exhale. Bring yourself to the top section of your mat, please. And the other side, warrior A. Rib cage, once you find the spacing of the feet, ribs forward, hands together. Notice about here, are you just lifting the front of your rib cage? Lift the back also. Settle the shoulders down, playing with the face up, eyes up. 1. Feet spread. Arches of the feet lifting. The fingers and hands sealing and gathering together. Exhale, bring down your arms as you bow forward, the shoulders rolled, internal rotation to come behind, holding opposite elbow or interlace and bow. Nice to let go of any gripping in the feet. Breathing through these challenges. Inhale as you're ready. Try to keep your knee as you come up if possible, and then let it straighten at the end. Warrior B, release the arms to the sides and widen your stance to let yourself settle right down the middle. And add a head turn. Extended side angle, the legs stay the same. Gather the fingers of both hands as you reach up and out, gazing out. Exhale. Mindful to keep the foundation. It is okay to give yourself a break with that knee if you need it. Go back. Maybe do the elbows bending if you want to, if you did it on the other side. Releasing tension in the body, building strength. These things can help bring peace and equanimity. Inhale, come up, release your arms. Turn back to the wide parallel feet on the other side of your mat. For the lateral lunge, this one is a hip strengthening exercise where you bring your left knee right towards your toes. So they're moving in the same direction. Support your torso with your arms. There's tone in the belly. Make the most of this 5 breaths. One more time. Exhale, and then inhale, press the legs straight up to center, a little glute squeeze. And then the other side, look and track your knee in the same direction as your foot. Challenge yourself by coming down low and strong. 1. Use your whole body. 4 and 5. Coming up, breathing in. Exhale. Please come to the front section of your mat. Preparing for Viksasana tree pose to finish our standing practice. If you like to step off your mat or to the wall, that's fine. So this is turning the hip out to the side on the right leg. Try not to move above your waist. So let's hold the pelvis with one or both hands. Try to keep that level as you move your leg up. Noticing your tendencies. You can use your hand on that side to assist, but try to keep your pelvis level today. Standing tall. 2. And 5. Try not to move your torso. Just bring your leg down. Shift back to center and over to the other side. Good. There's going to be a little bit of a shift in the pelvis when we come off that leg, but try to balance it back out. Try to feel level. Turn out to the side. Maybe the leg stays lower than usual. Notice if you tend to lift one of your hips higher in this pose. 1. And it's okay to put your foot next to your knee. You'll just don't hurt yourself. Knees are strong. They can handle a little bit of pressure as long as you're causing no harm. Good. One more time. This interesting exercise. And release and come down. Stretch out your hands and wrists for a moment. We build strength in them and openness, but also work in the hands through the practice. Reaching up, spread your fingers, inhale. Exhale, keep your fingers spreading. Forward fold. Halfway lifting. And then relax your fingers and rock your forward fold. Slowly coming into your appropriate depth. Find the uplift in the low belly. Gently rocking your feet, maybe your torso as well, your hips. Slowly breathe out and find stillness, and breathe once more. And bend your knees to bring your hands down. Don't always step back with the same legs. I'm going to do left foot back first, off and to the right, and come to your knees, please. Rise up for Parigasana. Variation, bringing your right leg out to the side with your toes forward. And then returning to your tabletop. Sit back towards your back heel to any degree, and then option to thread the needle towards your extended leg. The back toes might tuck under to feel more stable. Do keep your neck long, exploring that forward facing twist with gate pose. One more time. Opening out to the other direction for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Release. Bring the leg back and out to the other side. Stay here. Sit back towards your heel a little bit. Add the needle thread onto the skull above the ear. Keep your hand there for stability unless you like to reach it up or behind you. I find keeping it on the ground helps me really control the movement of the spine and the stretch in the upper back. Bring it all together one more time. Exhale, tone the belly. With that tone, come up slowly and open out. 1, 4 limbs, 4 actions. It's good for the brain as well as the body. And release, exhale. Bring your knee underneath. Up dog, down dog, or cow spine puppy. Any of those, just to move the spine back and forth. And please get your blanket, or you can do this without if you want to just lie on your back with your knees bent. We can add a restorative back bend to the practice by lying. Your mid back is on the blanket edge and your head is on the ground. So when I do this in class, I see people doing lots of different things, but we just want to place that line of the blanket behind our hearts is the idea. Ease yourself over it, and it's not a big lift, but it's enough to bring that stiffness of the thoracic spine into a little bit of a lift. Arms are above the blanket, head is off the blanket. What would you like to do with your legs? You could do a little feet together, knees apart if you'd like to. Your body, your choices. Checking in after a few breaths, make sure nothing is irritating. Breathe into any tension. Soften away any effort by noticing. Quiet your eyes and breath. One of the ways of settling the consciousness is by lengthening exhales. Letting your heart center gently open here. Another one of those tools is by meditating on the light within. Giving this 3 to 5 more cycles of breath. You don't have to change anything. Just allow it to feel complete. To feel an exhale draw down into the center of the body. So we help pull ourselves out of our brains and down into the bodies with that practice, as well as that physical grounding there in the belly. So that supports coming out of this shape, releasing your legs first. If you're on the blanket, rolling to one side carefully, using your top hand until you can get your bottom one over. To sit up and remove the blanket. Coming back down, maybe the blanket becomes your pillow for the next bit. Easy with your transition. Coming into a side lying position or side bend on the back body in banana pose. Both feet over towards the left side of your mat. Stay on your back. Maybe cross over the right ankle if that's not too much. And how's your low back? So you might have to refine, tuck it under a bit or elevate your knees. And then your shoulders, head, and arms head over towards the left as well, arranged comfortably with a little bit of side lengthening. Restful eyes, mindful breathing, restorative yoga. The sutra, the thread of teaching that talks about the inner light, the Shoka Va Jyoti Smatihi, means the light within which is free from all suffering and sorrow. It's one of the places that we can rest our awareness, our concentration. bringing peace into the body as a way of freeing that idea of inner light, bringing yourself slowly to your second side and your restorative side bend. Settle, soften, let go of the effort of coming into the shape. And let go of the work in the belly and the pelvic floor here. The part of the body associated with the late summer season are the muscles. Relax your muscles. Where do you tend to hold tension? Around your skull, your jaw. Just travel through your body and let go of muscles. The diaphragm is part of our core musculature. When you come to a place of fullness or emptiness, pausing lets the diaphragm rest. We don't want to force our pranayama, but to gradually learn to be comfortable, giving it a little more time and space. So twice more when you are ready to breathe in, slowly expanding, briefly touching fullness, focusing more on the long and slow letting go, seeking the emptiness. One more. Draw that thread of breath in through your nose slowly. And let the energy of that wave turn to the emptying side and linger, feel that travel down, flow into the body. Free breathing, return to center with your body, legs, arms, torso. Pick up into bridge pose for a moment, nice and easy. It's okay to have a little elevation under your head if you're mindful to keep your neck long. Settle your spine back down. Lifting one foot at a time to bring your knees to your chest for a forward fold here in a restorative forward fold. Maybe it's tucking the arms behind the folded knees, catching the hands, feet up towards the ceiling, a happy baby pose, or knees in towards your chest as is comfortable in your body to do so. Go back to letting go of muscular effort. Meditative mind. The object of concentration becomes our body, becomes our breathing, our focus and gaze. Objects. Least disturbance. Come into a figure four pose with one side of your body, Cross over, close to the body or down on the floor with that bottom leg, foot. Let it feel easeful. Wait for a slow exhale. Moving with the inhale. Free breathing to the other side to meet its expression where it is with least effort. So it's really hot right now, and yoga can be a place where we can balance by taking it a little easy, not overly exerting ourselves, focusing on calm and cool energy. Yoga is the settling of the mind into stillness so that our true nature may be revealed. Our senses there to help us interact with the world, to enjoy our lives. Stillness, touch, sound, inner seeing, maybe looking for that inner light with your drishti. Releasing from our forward folding into twisting for the next bit before rest. So shifting your knees or top knee to one side. How would you like to arrange your spine so that the hips are one way and your head turns the other? So we are rotating the spine. Okay, to have a pillow or to use that blanket between your knees instead to help support a comfortable position in your pelvis. Try to find your most therapeutic lying twist, letting yourself relax into that shape for some time. Nothing forced. Throat soft and open. Belly relaxed. Pelvic floor relaxed. If anything's feeling uncomfortable or too effortful, let yourself make a shift. The body is an ideal object for concentration, whether we're accessing it as breath, touch, or sensation, perhaps some of each. Finding the second side, take your time, lying twist. We might express things differently in poses like this on the other side of the body. Make sure to support your pelvis, that sacrum in the back of the pelvis. It has a joint on either side of it, the sacroiliac joints. Just not wanting to cause pressure on those, trying to be mindful of that part of your body. Asking your body to release tension. We can be present with any discomfort or pain in our hearts, in our bodies. Of course, the practice is not causing pain, but there's sometimes pain. And by being present, we can be aware of it. We can calm our nervous system's response to it, bringing in ease. By being present. A mindful return to the back of your body, shifting and giving yourself a little time to make any movements or refinements, and then stretching out and letting your body rest in center. It's the least amount of effort, letting that blanket support be on you or under you somewhere. Spine centered, limbs releasing, breath free. Breath slow. Eyes rest. Muscles release. Inviting your breath to focus in the left channel. The yin channel, the moon channel. You can use a hand or just let your brain make that shift in the nose. Inviting a focus on those qualities of in and cool and calm. To be focused upon. Notice how that turns on that side of your face. Where do you feel that in your body, in your brain? Next time the inhale comes, slowly stretch your arms up along your ears and reach through the tops of your feet and toes. Gently lift your low back off the ground. A little arch there, a little energy. The exhale wave coming. Release arms. Pull in your heels slowly. Bring your knees in and rock side to side. Arrive in your seated position, disturbing yourself as little as possible. Vishogava Jyoti Smatihi, or the light within, which is free from all suffering and sorrow. Or by lengthening your exhale. Or by inquiring into your dreams. So Patanjali gives the whole list, and I know I tend to focus on just a few of them. All allowing us to achieve a deep concentration, opening up the universe underneath the surface experiences of our daily life in samadhi. Inhale deeply. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you for joining me this morning for peace building yoga. I hope you feel a nice state of balance, of strength, and energy, and groundedness, and calmness. Let me know if you have any questions about that.